The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioner's Reports is a headline news podcast brought to you in part by the Department of Communications and Media Relations. Commissioner's Reports is a summary of the agenda and outcomes of Board of County Commissioner meetings, related public information, and events. Hello, and welcome to Commissioner's Reports. I'm your host, Kevin G. Schmidt. In this week's Board of County Commissioner meeting, public service announcements. September 19th was National Voter Registration Day, a nonpartisan day designated to ensure every eligible voter has the opportunity to vote and encourage those eligible to register. Anyone who is eligible to vote is urged to take part in this most basic freedom and perform our civic duty as Americans and elect our nation's leaders. Visit our Board of Elections website at calvertcountymd.gov/vote to register online and/or find office hours and locations to register in person. Proclamations. Randall Randy Gray, retirement. Randall Randy Gray, Buildings and Grounds Maintenance Worker 2 for the Department of Public Works Building and Grounds Division, retired on August 25, 2023, after dedicating 35 years of faithful and loyal service to the citizens of Calvert County and the state of Maryland. Randy's commendable and distinguished service has been demonstrated with a spirit of pride and commitment throughout his exemplary career. The BOCC joined the community, his co-workers, family, and friends in conveying best wishes for a long, healthy, and happy retirement with continued success in all future endeavors. Major Patrick Dave McDowell, retirement. Patrick Dave McDowell, former Assistant Sheriff of Calvert County, retired on May 5, 2023, after honorably serving Calvert County with 27 years of dedicated service. Dave's dedicated service and contributions have been demonstrated with pride throughout his commendable career with the Sheriff's Office. He served in the Patrol Bureau as Patrol Deputy, later becoming Patrol Bureau Commander. He then served in the Criminal Investigations Bureau as a General Assignment Investigator, Sex Crimes Investigator, Hostage Negotiator, and Child Abuse Investigator. Dave was the Sheriff's Office's first dedicated criminal intelligence investigator, responding to the county's then emerging presence of outlaw motorcycle gangs. Dave is particularly fond of his time as the sergeant assigned to the K-9 unit. He and a group of deputies built the foundation for what is now one of the most respected units in the state of Maryland, drawing in surrounding departments to train their K-9 units in Calvert County. The BOCC joins the community, Dave's co-workers, family, and friends in extending him best wishes and continued success in all his future endeavors. Suicide Prevention Month. Suicide is the leading cause of death among all age groups and is the third leading cause of death among individuals ages 10 to 34 in Maryland. It is estimated that from 2020 to 2022, suicide deaths rose by 7.6% in the United States. Over 90% of the people who die by suicide have a diagnosable and treatable mental health condition, although often that condition is not recognized or treated. The BOCC proclaimed the month of September 2023 be known as Suicide Prevention Month in Calvert County and urge all residents to recognize that suicide is a public health issue which everyone has a responsibility to acknowledge and prevent. Constitution Week. September 17, 2023, marks the 236th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention. It is fitting and proper to accord official recognition of this magnificent document, its memorable anniversary, and the patriotic celebrations which commemorate this occasion. The BOCC proclaimed the week of September 17th through the 23rd, 2023, be known as Constitution Week. Public hearing. Department of Community Resources, budget adjustment for grant funding, Twin Beaches Library. The Twin Beaches Library Capital Improvement Plan, CIP, was first adopted in fiscal year 2019 for the concept design. The cost of the project has gradually increased each year as the design was developed and finalized. The project was bid in March 2022. The lowest bid was $10,299,000. And the FY22 CIP budget allowed for an additional $364,400 in ad alternates bringing the total contract to $10,663,400. The project has been awarded a total of $4,800,000 in state library capital grant funding. The most recent FY24 grant of $212,500 was increased by $641,500 due to cost escalations projected by the State Department of Budget and Management. This brings the total grant funding for the project to $5,654,000. After public hearing and discussion, the BOCC closed the record and adopted the resolution enacting the budget adjustment. Award: Employee Recognition Committee 2023 August Employee of the Month. The Employee of the Month Award acknowledges individual excellence for superior job performance and/or special individual efforts that go above and beyond the employee's normal job duties. Ariane Odom, Local Care Team Coordinator with the Department of Community Resources, was selected as the September 2023 Employee of the Month. Employee Recognition Committee Team Excellence Award, Southern Community Center Swing Set Team. The Team Excellence Award recognizes employees who have excelled as a group, displaying cooperation and teamwork in support of a common goal. Brian Sunderland, Leonard Goddard, Mark Long, and Dylan Roberts from the Department of Parks and Recreation are recognized for their project management in designing and constructing a recreational facility at Southern Community Center. Old Business, Office of the County Attorney, Performance Audit of the Board of Education. The BOCC has authority to order a performance audit of the practices of the Calvert County Board of Education, BOE. Performance audit means an assessment of practices to determine whether the entity or program is operating economically and efficiently and whether corrective actions are appropriate. Concerns began to arise when the Maryland Department of Legislative Services reported on January 25, 2022, quote, "Our audit disclosed that Calvert County Public Schools, CCPS, procurement policies were not sufficiently comprehensive and were not always consistently used when obtaining goods and services under intergovernmental cooperative purchasing agreements. Furthermore, we found that certain components of the payments to bus contractors did not reflect actual costs or could not be supported. Our audit also disclosed that CCPS needs to improve internal controls and accountability in certain areas, including payroll processing, information systems, and healthcare claims and fee processing." End quote. Additional concerns have arisen regarding transparency and the procurement practices of the BOE. The Public Information Act Compliance Board found by decision dated September 6, 2023, that the BOE improperly denied review of its budget request. Then, the article, quote, "Some Maryland school expenses, big and small, remain a mystery," end quote, reported. In Calvert County, school district officials haven't been just buying school supplies, textbooks, and computers. They've been buying wristwatches too. The district spent over $25,000 at a locally owned jewelry store in Prince Frederick in 2021. Upon inquiry to the director that compiled the story, published in the Daily Record on August 24, 2023, conveyed that, quote, "A $25,000 expense at a jewelry store really stood out," end quote. The substantial delays incurred thus far severely impact the ability for a performance audit to inform your consideration of the BOE's fiscal year 25 budget request. After discussion, staff recommended and the BOCC approved submitting the scope of work and task list for a performance audit to the State Board of Education for it to order a performance audit with such phasing as necessary to begin receiving feedback in February 2024. New business, Department of Planning and Zoning, Purchase and Retirement, PAR Fund, and TDR Reserve for fiscal year 2024. The BOCC established the Purchase and Retirement PAR Fund in 1992 to, quote, "purchase, retire, and permanently remove transferable development rights, TDRs, from the development rights market, thereby protecting additional farmland acres from development." In 2021, the BOCC directed staff to establish a TDR bank pilot program, now known as, quote, "the TDR Reserve," end quote. The TDR Reserve is a county-managed program that facilitates TDR sales between farmers and developers and acts as a revolving fund. The Agricultural Preservation Advisory Board, APAB, recommends a purchase price of $5,500 per TDR for the FY24 par cycle and the TDR reserve. The APAB addressed TDR values when establishing their recommended price. There is a need to fairly compensate participants for the value of the land they have protected, while also seeking to reach as many applicants as possible and utilize the available funding to its maximum potential. The maximum impact to the FY24 budget shall be determined by the forthcoming budget adjustment. An impact of $1,674,011 is available in the current FY24 budget. After discussion, the BOCC approved APAB's recommended purchase price for the PAR and TDR reserve programs. Work session. Department of Finance and Budget. The Northern Middle School Replacement Project and Funding. The State of Maryland Interagency Commission on School Construction requires a construction cost estimate be prepared as part of the feasibility study process for the Northern Middle School project. The construction cost estimate will require project phasing with the current Maryland Public School construction costs as well as future escalations. The projected total is $65 million. This is approximately $9.2 million higher than the combined state and county construction allocation for the project. The BOE and Department of Finance and Budget are requesting that the Patuxent Elementary School HVAC project's FY24 adopted CIP of $16,240, as well as the FY25 CIP of $1,205,360, projected for the Patuxent Elementary School HVAC project be reallocated to the Northern Middle School project in the FY25 CIP budget. The Department of Finance and Budget is making the BOCC aware of the BOE's request to change the 6-year CIP budget during the next budget, FY25. No motion was requested. Meeting. Office of the County Administrator. Meeting with the Maryland Association of Counties, MACO, Calvin Ball, Howard County Executive and MACO President, and MACO Executive Director Michael Sanderson. Visit Maryland's counties to share updates on MACO's legislative activities and to hear from elected officials about their needs and interests for the coming year. Legislative issues of interest include implementation of the Blueprint for Maryland's Future and runaway costs for county taxpayers, Maryland's new state law related to the creation of a State Family and Medical Leave Act FMLA insurance bank, the adult use of cannabis rollout, and a concerning drop in fire and rescue EMS volunteers statewide. Presentation. Department of Community Resources, Veterans Affairs Commission, Second Annual Report. Dr. Brandon Temple, VAC Chair, and Patricia McCoy, VAC Vice Chair, presented the BOCC with the Second Annual Update. 2023 to 2024 VAC goals include create/implement communication plan, benefits/claims clinic in Calvert County, expand promotion of veteran/military related observances, promote volunteer opportunities, support adoption of disabled veterans property tax credit. To view the entire presentation, visit calvertcountymd.gov and search Veterans Affairs Commission. There is no BOCC meeting next week. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Calvert County Board of County Commissioners is October 3, 2023 at 10 a.m. In other Calvert County local news and events, the Calvert County Office on Aging is seeking volunteers to deliver meals and a smile to homebound older adults in Calvert County. If you can spare just 2 hours once a month to help deliver meals to a neighbor in need, call the Office on Aging at 410-535-4606 or 301-855-1170. Next week, we celebrate the annual Calvert County Fair. The first fair was held in 1886 and has evolved along with our community to become the celebration it is today. This is a wonderful event for families, friends, and neighbors to celebrate Calvert County's rich agricultural community and heritage. The fair opens Wednesday, September 27th and continues through Sunday, October 1st, with exhibitions, competitions, food, and entertainment for all to enjoy. Thanks to the Board of Volunteers that give the time and effort to make the fair happen every year. Visit calvertcountyfair.com for a schedule of events. That concludes our broadcast. The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioner's Reports is a headline news podcast. Stay current with other news in Calvert County by following and liking the Calvert County government's Facebook page at facebook.com/Calvert County MD, on Instagram at Calvert Broadcast, on YouTube, youtube.com/Calvert County Gov, and our official website, www.calvertcountymd.gov. Thank you.